Now let's take a look at question number 2. Based upon a formal charge analysis of the 3 resonance structures for the thiocyanate ion, okay, based on that, then what is the favorite Lewis structure for thiocyanate? In order to solve this problem, obviously we have to find out the formal charges, again using this key equation for all 3 atoms, nitrogen, carbon, and sulfur, and in all three structures. Then we can carry out the formal charge analysis and decide which of the 3 resonance structure is the favorite one. Now let's find out the formal charges. We already worked on the nitrogen in the previous question, but we'll do that one more time, again using this key equation. Valence number for nitrogen, that's 5. Non-bonding electrons, that's 4. Bonding electrons, that's also 4. Each line represents 2 bonding electrons. So therefore, that's -1. So I'll pull that here. And then let's look at the carbon though. Okay, carbon is in group 4A, 4 valence electrons. There is no non-bonding electron, that's 0. And then the number of bonding electrons, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. That means 8. And that gives us 0. Let's finish carbon for structure 2 and 3 as well. Again, no bonding, and then 4 lines, 1 single bond and 1 triple bond. So total of 4 lines, then that's 8 electrons. Still, that's 0. So that's the same calculation actually. And for here, same thing, 0. Now let's come back to work on structure 1. So this time we'll find out the formal charge for the sulfur atom. So it's in group 6A, therefore 6 valence electrons, 4 bonding electrons, all right? And also 4 non-bonding electrons and also 4 bonding electrons. So that should give us 0. So therefore, this is 0. Okay, now look at that. -1 plus 0 plus 0 for this overall polyatomic ion should carry -1 charge. So, okay, which means, our calculation is correct. So now nitrogen in structure 2, 6 valence electron, and the non-bonding, that's 6. Then bonding electron, only 2. And that would give us, okay, sorry, this should be actually, it's in group 5A nitrogen, so there should be 5. And that should give us -2. So therefore, this one is -2. Now for this sulfur, okay, number of valence electrons, this one does have 6 valence electrons, non-bonding 2, bonding, that's 6. And that should give us +1. +1. Now let's find out the sum of the formal charges of the 3 atoms in this polyatomic ion. Okay, -2, 0, +1. So therefore the overall charge is 1 minus. Now for this nitrogen, that should be 5 minus 2 non-bonding electrons, 6 bonding electrons. That should give us 0. So therefore that one is 0. Now this is sulfur. Group 6A, 6 valence electrons, 6 non-bonding electrons, and then 2 bonding electrons. That give us -1. Okay, -1. Okay, now let's look at again what is asked. What is the favorite Lewis structure for thiocyanate ion? So that's the question. Okay, we have 3 structures, so then we need to decide. So we can decide based on the rules for assigning formal charge. Okay, I'm not going to go through all this. The sum of all formal charge in an ion must equal the charge of the ion. I already checked all 3, all right? Now, smaller formal charge on individual atoms are better than larger ones. Based on that rule, so structure 2 is out. It's not a favorite one because it has -2 charge. Okay, when they say the charge large or small, we are not talking about the sign though. The sign for the charge, whether it's positive or negative, we are talking about the absolute value. Okay, so the other 2 you see, they only have -1, 0, 0, 0, 0, -1. All right, now obviously it's between 1 and 3. In order to determine whether structure 1 or structure 3, which one is more favorite, we are going to use rule number 4 here. A negative formal charge must reside on the most electronegative atom. So in structure 1, this negative charge, formal charge, resides on the nitrogen atom, and in structure 3 is on the sulfur atom. So the question now is, which one, nitrogen or sulfur, which one is more electronegative? Then of course we can determine that using electronegativity. Okay, from this copy of the periodic table, let me zoom in a little bit. Then we can see nitrogen is right here with the electronegativity of 3.0. Sulfur is here with the electronegativity of 2.5. Therefore, structure 1, the one with the negative charge, formal charge of -1 with nitrogen, so that one should be more favorable because the negative charge resides with more electronegative element. So in structure 3, sulfur has an electronegativity of 2.5, so that's smaller than nitrogen's 3.0. So therefore the correct answer should be structure 1. And now let's take a look at the choices. So it should be A. Structure 1 is the most favorable resonance structure.